Hey guys, it's Lauren. Haven't made a video in a long time because honestly I've just been fucking beat and just haven't felt like it. I'm working a couple of jobs now and writing and doing school stuff. I'm still in my education program, which is an awful lot like not being in school at all, actually. It's actually kind of a big joke, but that's okay because I'll be licensed, so huzzah. Anyway, I get up early every day and I go to work and I do assorted things and I come home. See, I'm wearing my very sensible work attire. I come home and I'm tired and I do my own homework, or I prep for one of my lectures, or I try to write something, or I just drink a whole lot. That's what I do. But it's been okay. I like having a schedule. I like getting out of the house. I've just been really busy and I haven't had the energy for YouTube. So anyway, I wanted to say hello, and I don't actually have anything specific to say to you right now. I am about to head out in just a minute. I'm going to a pagan reading group here in town. And we're talking about Stranger in a Strange Land, which I don't think I ever actually read the whole thing. I think I just started reading it at some point in high school and then just kind of whatever. I'm not a fiction reader particularly. I like a novel every now and then, but it's pretty rare. For the most part, it's nonfiction. And you know, I remember why. in reading Stranger in a Strange Land. But it's really interesting reading it knowing all that it inspired. And I can just sort of imagine myself being Timothy Zell and sitting there and being like, oh yeah, we should totally do this in our own group. And that's made it really fun. But it's, you know, I'm considering it as a piece, as a product of the decade in which it was produced, and that makes it fun. But fiction's not really my thing. So, but it's good people in the reading group, and I know that we'll have a lot to talk about, and it'll be fun. So, there's that. I am rereading Children of Cain by Michael Howard because I am writing. I'm writing a formal piece about authenticity and witchcraft, and anyway, I'm reconsidering several works that I was reading a couple of years ago, and reading a bunch of new stuff, and reading stuff more generally about authenticity and constructions of tradition and traditional, and looking at some parallels in some other religious groups. And I wish that I had more energy and more time, because it deserves it, and I just haven't had it recently. And Michael Howard is particularly just interesting for a number of reasons. So anyway, what the hell else? Pathos, still writing there. That's going well. You can see last week I put up something from the Burning Times just because I really didn't have it in me to write something more serious. So Caves went up, and I got a laugh out of it. So if you haven't checked that out and you just really like very serious poetry, this one's for you. But it's interesting now. I posted that article, Wicca, Not as Stupid as You Think It Is, or whatever I called it. And that was a really popular article for a minute there and was circulating pretty heavily. And now there are some other bloggers who posted on similar subjects or kind of related subjects. The comment field to that article turned into a bit of a debate, classic kind of like initiatory Wicca versus eclectic Wicca kind of stuff. You know, everybody's heard those kinds of debates, and I think I've talked about my position with regard to that many times. I mean, I think we're up to different things, and I think those differences are important, and I think it's important that people have an idea of what they're getting into, et cetera, et cetera. But I think all of it is just fucking meaningless if you're not actually getting off the internet and doing witchcraft. So I don't spend a lot of time engaging in those kinds of conversations. I also think that most of the time they're just moot. I mean, we're you know, you're two different camps using different vocabularies and different standards and different ideas about whatever. And when you're not using the same sort of language, I think debate isn't very fruitful most of the time. So it's just not something that I'm particularly interested in. I think that a person's quality and character is a better thing to consider than who they might be connected to. Depending, right? So anyway, that conversation is currently going on, and it's funny considering it again from a different side of the fence, and then in a different place in my life. And anyway, I think it's healthy to always be looking back and considering where you're currently standing and what that means, and just noting how things, you know, can kind of change on you and surprise you. So there's that. What the hell else? Oliver's here somewhere. He's probably sleeping, which is kind of what I want to do, except I know if I do that, I won't get back up again. And then who will be there to talk about Stranger in a Strange Land and the Church of All Worlds and Valentine Michael Smith or whatever, teaching us all how to love. So, all right, I guess that's all. I'm officiating my first wedding next month. That's going to be fucking wild because I've got super mixed feelings about marriage to begin with. But the ritual is more or less written, and it'll be fun. It's kind of a destination wedding, so I'll be getting on a plane, and that'll be good, I guess. That's it. Okay, I've said at you a whole lot, so I'm going to stop, and I hope everybody's well, and I hope that I have the energy to once again start making videos or writing serious things, and et cetera, et cetera.